Back in 2017, I took a 30% pay cut. My friends thought I was crazy. My family was genuinely concerned. On paper, I was moving backward, taking a lesser position doing little simple design inspections instead of the high level design and engineering work I was accustomed to. Everyone in my life saw this as a demotion, but I saw it more like a hack. 5 years later, that terrible decision had earned me over $1 million in side business revenue. I had complete control over my schedule, and by eliminating the chronic stress, it probably added 10 years to my life. Let me show you how. Here's what my life looked like before the pay cut. I was doing high level design engineering work. I had a good title, great salary. People were impressed at dinner parties. But the reality was constant firefighting, my phone buzzing at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. with urgent problems. I spent weekends catching up on the work that I couldn't finish during the week. And here's the trap nobody tells you about. When you're earning good money but working constantly, you're too exhausted to build anything else and too stressed to think strategically. You're too busy to learn any new skills and too comfortable to take risks. You're earning a lot, but you're not building any wealth. You're just running on a very expensive treadmill. So, why did I decide to take that lesser job? Because it had three magic qualities that my prestigious job didn't. Number one, it was low stress. It was simple little inspections, no constant firefighting, no after hours phone calls about emergencies that were really just somebody's poor planning. Number two, partially remote. There was no soul crushing commute that was eating up hours of my week at 5 days a week. Number three, it was doable in less than 30 hours a week. I could complete all the actual work in less than my full time employment dictated. That meant I had extra time to build something else. See, at that point, it wasn't even a job, it was a platform. Within 6 months, I'd automated most of that job, custom templates. I trained an assistant, built systems that did all the repetitive work for me. My 30-hour week became 20 hours, then 15. And with all that freed up time, I wasn't just watching Netflix. I built a consulting business on the side. I used the exact same skills for my day job, just built those profits myself for myself instead of handing them over to an employer. I also was able to build a couple tech startups. And here's the quiet part that nobody thinks about. I started investing all the money that I used to spend on stress relief. There were no more expensive decompression vacations and no more retail therapy and drinking to myself to oblivion on the weekends. See, when you're not exhausted and miserable, you stop buying things to feel better. That alone is worth thousands of dollars every year. Let me break down, the actual numbers for you because you need to see this. Year one, after my pay cut, I added $40,000 in income. I automated 60% of my day job, lost weight because I wasn't stress eating anymore, and I was able to start investing for the first time in my life. By year three, my consulting business had grown to over 150K a year. I had a tech startup running, and I was working only like 20 hours total across all of it. By year five, I had multiple income streams totaling $250,000 per year, and I was still only working 20 hours or so a week. I had complete freedom over my location, and I had time to write, create, and build. Over 5 years, that 30% pay cut cost me about 100K in lost salary, but it earned me almost $1 million in side business revenue. That's the math they don't teach you in business school. Here's the counterintuitive truth that took me almost 10 years to learn. Everyone's terrified of making less money, but strategic pay cuts are often the fastest path to overall lifetime wealth. Why? Because high-paying jobs actually trap you. You get used to the income, your lifestyle inflates, the golden handcuffs get slapped on, and you're stuck. You're making good money, but you're never building anything that could actually set you free. When I finally took that pay cut, I felt lighter for the first time in a decade, both mentally and physically. Like I had just escaped from a prison. And I had. Now, I'm not saying you should quit your job tomorrow. I'm not saying you should take some random pay cut and just hope for the best. What I am saying is that you should look at your job differently. Is it a trap or could it be more of like a platform? Does it give you the time and energy you need to build something else or does it consume everything you have? Sometimes the best career move looks like a step backward. Sometimes less really is more. If this changed how you think about salary and success, hit subscribe. I post videos every week about working smarter, not just harder. And if you want to start applying this stuff today, I put together a free toolkit, the same calculators and framework that I use to hack my job. Figure out your effective hourly rate, your job hackability, and different systems that you need. The link's in the description. See you in the next one.